The Hateful Eight stars Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Walter Goggins, Demian Bircher, Tom Roth, Michael Madsen, and Bruce Dern. It was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. It was released on Blu-ray March 29, 2016, and runs 167 minutes. There are two words to describe the characters, the dialogue, the content, and the overall attitude here: nasty and hateful. In a recent article, Quentin Tarantino revealed what he believes to be his worst movie, Death Proof. No, it's this. I'm a fairly big Tarantino fan, but I fucking hate this movie. I'd watch Death Proof 10 times over before I watch this shit again. He said he wasn't in a good place when he wrote the script, and I can believe that. There's some despicable racist dialogue, and I'm not just talking about the N-word. I don't think that word even bothers most black people anymore anyway. But for those of you who are interested, the final nigger count in this one is 59. Back to the film. There's some despicable language in general. He's written these characters like he hates them, and is as perverted as the production company he's been taking money from. Well, maybe not that perverted. This whole movie is literally hateful. He also stated, Django was definitely the beginning of my political side, and I think Hateful Eight is the logical extension and conclusion of that. In a weird way, Django was the question, and Hateful Eight is the answer. Django was more of an uplifting, heroic film, and Hateful Eight just makes you feel like shit. I suppose that's what that means. And Peter de Bruges of Variety calls The Hateful Eight epic. Nah. Gladiator is epic. Terminator 2 is epic. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is epic. This is an overnight game of Clue at a Snowden cabin. I thought it was going to be something epic, but as it progresses, it goes from excellent to the ridiculous to the downright comical. It's about a bounty hunter, John Ruth, making his way to a town called Red Rock with his bounty, Daisy Domergue, who's to be hanged, with a suspicion that her gang is going to try and bust her free, or that someone is going to bushwhack him to collect the reward on Daisy themselves. He's paid for a private coach, but keeps running into people needing a lift. One being a fellow bounty hunter, Marcus Warren, who's lost his horse also on the way to Red Rock with his bounty, and Chris Mannix, a fellow with the unbelievable claim of being the new sheriff of Red Rock. As a big blizzard catches up with them, they make it as far as Minnie's haberdashery, where they're forced to stay the night, with a second group who has already taken shelter there. And from there, it's suspicion, paranoia, and trying to figure out why each person is there. Some of Tarantino's familiar techniques are here, like dividing the film into chapters, and one of the film's mysteries is revealed through a flashback that gets its own chapter. Most characters are more caricature than character. We got the Southern hillbillies, the gruff Mexican, the overly accommodating, friendly, sophisticated Englishman. Kurt Russell as John Ruth has a John Wayne quality to his acting. I f***ing hate John Wayne. Terrible actor. Sam Jackson, you know what you're getting here. He's Sam Jackson. Michael Madsen, he's just cool. He's always cool. The most likable character is the stagecoach driver, O.B., played by James Parks. Being the ninth in the group, he's obviously not part of the Hateful Eight. And you want to take a guess who's one of the first ones to bite the dust? That's right, O.B. Is there anything I liked in this movie? I do like how the character of Chris Mannix is set up. Right from the beginning, we learn he and his family have a reputation for being cutthroat renegades during the war, leaving you questioning if he's telling the truth about being the new Red Rock sheriff. And in the case of a couple characters, karma kicks some major ass. Tarantino wanted Ennio Morricone to compose the original music. As the composer was busy with another project, he gave Tarantino some repurposed, leftover music from John Carpenter's The Thing. And I must admit, it doesn't really seem out of place. The horror movie music works in an odd sort of way, especially in the menacing, blistering blizzard. I like the chapter layout. It breaks up the story, making the nearly 3-hour runtime easier to digest. I like the name of the movie, it's pretty catchy. I really like the distant shots inside the cabin of characters we haven't met yet. It keeps that sense of mystery going. The outdoor and landscape shots are gorgeous, but really it's downhill after that. Overall, the content doesn't match the atmosphere. 5.5 out of 10. In The Hateful Eight, set 6 or 8 or 12 years after the Civil War, a stagecoach hurtles through the wintry Wyoming landscape. The passengers, bounty hunter John Ruth, Kurt Russell, and his fugitive Daisy Domergue, Jennifer Jason Leigh, race towards the town of Red Rock, where Ruth, known in these parts as the Hangman, will bring Domergue to justice. Along the road, they encounter two strangers, Major Marcus Warren, Samuel L. Jackson, a black former Union soldier turned infamous bounty hunter, and Chris Mannix, Walton Goggins, a Southern renegade who claims to be the town's new sheriff. Losing their lead on the blizzard, Ruth, Domergue, Warren, and Mannix seek refuge at Minnie's Haberdashery, a stagecoach stopover on a mountain pass. When they arrive at Minnie's, they are greeted not by the proprietor, but by four unfamiliar faces. Bob, Demian Bircher, who's taking care of Minnie's while she's visiting her mother, is holed up with Oswaldo Mowbray, Tim Roth, the hangman of Red Rock, cowpuncher Joe Gage, Michael Madsen, and Confederate General Sanford Smithers, Bruce Stern. As the storm overtakes the mountainside stopover, our 8 travelers come to learn they may not make it to Red Rock after all. Special features. Beyond the 8, a behind-the-scenes look. Sam Jackson's Guide to Glorious 70mm. Want a free copy of this shit? I sure as hell don't want it. There you go. It's expired, but give it a go anyway. And Peter DeBruge says, epic. Wrong. And Tim Grierson of Screen International says, brilliant. Wrong.